The black on black looks so good on this bike. It'll be a nightmare to keep clean though. Okay, so this is the second heat. I was wondering about if the rear seat is heated, because usually the button is on the other side, but I think in this they have put it over here. So, and from the front, it's got the same LED light. It's not the newer version, but it does have those other lights too. So all in all, viewers, hope you like the video. K1600 B from a GTL, K1600 GTL owner. It looks better, it felt better, it rode better, and it exceeded my expectations by a large margin. Hello everybody, this is Imran Jamil. Back here at Bob's. It's a really cold day and windy. And today I'm gonna ride this beautiful K1600 B. Well, I have never ridden a B before. And let's see how different it is from my GTL. And here's Jim Egan, the guy who always helps me out. And let's see how it goes. I mean, it's a little bit different. As you can see, it's the suspension is lowered. It's bagger style, so the ground clearance might not be as good as the GTL. Plus, they have these floorboards instead of pegs, which I may need to replace. But overall, the black package with the black color, it just seems very good. And this one does have the reverse gear that I miss in my GTL.
Your face should look really similar. It's almost identical to your GTL.
Yeah, this one is nav 6 though.
That is nav 6, yeah.
Okay.
This has reverse, which your GTL doesn't have.
Yes, and I wanna try that.
Quick shifter, up and down.
Awesome, that is good.
Other than that, it'll be seem very similar.
Yeah, it's almost. So I'll try the reverse once I come back, I guess. All right, Jim. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Oh wow, it feels much lighter. It feels lighter than that. No, taking off the stand. Wow. Okay, so unlike mine, the suspension setting is different. It only has dynamic ESA and road mode. That's it. Yeah, I have the handlebar risers on my bike, so that's a little bit different. I like the quick shifter a lot. However, the floorboard is just there's a lot of gap between the shifter. The floorboard is so low, and I'm not used to it with the pegs on my K1600 GTL. So it's a really windy day. Let's see how the windshield works. This has a shorter windshield also. The bagger version comes with a shorter windshield. But the riding position, it feels a lot different. It's much lower than the GTL, as well as the floorboard is really taking that sportier riding position feeling away. First impression is that it does feel less sporty than my GTL from the riding position standpoint, but this floorboard might be good with my full adventure style boot, but with regular boots this is just not going to be fun hustling the bike. The quick shifter is good. Yeah, this bike feels a lot lighter than my GTL for some reason. And I believe that's because of the lowered suspension. The center of gravity is probably lower, and that kind of adds to it. However, I'm a little bit more lean forward with these standard bars, and I don't know if there's a handlebar riser on it already or not. But yeah, this bike feels different from a riding standpoint and the overall feel than the GTL. The sound seems to have more bass. I know they did change the exhaust a little bit in 2018, so that is evident. The navigation screen looks crispier than my GTL. The question is that, do I trade in my XR for another K1600? Yes, it's a different version. but this does feel smoother, the quick shifter and some of the things that really are making a big difference. And it's a windy day, never mind. So it's it does feel lighter on its feet, because I think it doesn't feel as top heavy as the GTL, and because I'm a little bit lean forward, that's also adding to it feeling a little bit more nimble and sporty. It's the windshield. I'm gonna have to put something on top of it because it's a little bit the windshield is taking the wind away from my chest, but overall it's really throwing everything at my helmet. However, I do feel that there's less of that head buffeting at the highest setting. If I buy this, then the biggest disadvantage I would have is that the panniers I can't take off like that, just like in the GTL. You can still take them off, but there's a lot of screws and the lights and the connections and everything else. This does not have the top case, so I don't know about that, but it does its K1600 thing very well, feeling sporty, and I am not really feeling I'm riding a bagger. In fact, as I said, it feels lighter than my GTL. Seat also is different because somebody put an aftermarket seat on it, so I don't know if it's going to be more comfortable than that. I didn't have any complaints with my GTL seats. Quick shifter, which is really good and smooth. It's not nearly as clunky as my GTL, and I think my 1000 XR has a little bit smoother quick shifting mechanism, but this one is very close, so no complaints there. The other thing is the handlebars. These are tubular or round handlebars versus the very triangular type and with corners and angles in my GTL. That's the part that I do not like in my GTL, because in order to mount anything, I really have to go with specific type of open mounting bracket. Yeah, this thing may be a little bit laggy for a fraction of a second, but beyond 3000 RPM, it's pretty good. And the feel of this bike, it's very tight. Keep deviating. So from the mechanical standpoint, the quick shifter, overall sound of the bike feels different. The rest is the same bike. It's just the overall suspension. Obviously this is a bagger, so it's lowered, and that is to be expected. And the windshield is a smaller windshield than the navigation. This one has nav 6. The gauge cluster is differently designed. It's the same gauge cluster, but it's a little more polished, I would say, and feels a little bit newer compared to that. The handlebars are definitely narrower. See, this is the problem with these cars, that they don't recognize the motorcycles, and this one has some presence when it's coming along. So it's not like, you know, they don't see it. And then this one has the reverse gear, which I'm gonna try, and that's one thing that I often wish in my GTL when I have to move it around in parking lots, and I have to be very careful parking it backwards so that I can get out easily. Otherwise, there have been numerous occasions, at least a couple of occasions, where I had to ask somebody to help me push it back, and that's not really good. Overall, the keyless ride also, where I have to use the key, even though it's central locking for the bags and everything, but to start the bike, to open the tank, I have to use the I have to use the key. And these winglets are different in this, a little different design, even though it works just as well as this one probably. It's a very cold day, so I didn't try that on the highway. But overall, I personally think that this will do. This one seems to have only 2,865 miles. So for 2018, this is a good value. Let's see how it goes. I did not think that I would like the Bagger over the GTL. I still don't know if I like it over the GTL because of the riding position and certain other things, but I like it way more than what I expected. And that's what I'm learning with a lot of these BMW bikes, that they just surprise you in areas of refinement, performance, comfort, overall packaging, that when you look at the bike at first you may not think that it's for you, but when you ride one, that's what happened with the XR. I was not looking for that chain driven type of bike, but with that bike, you know, I just drove it and that was it. I mean, I rode it and then that was it. Same thing is happening with this. So I think I let's see what the numbers say, but with the mileage and the performance enhancements or mechanical enhancements with the quick shifter and everything else, I think I'm gonna go for it because I may keep both this and the GTL at least for a while. The only thing is that the GTL comes with a top case, and in the B, if I get the Grand America version, it has a lot of stability issues. I don't know why it is, but GTL is considered to be unanimously agreed upon more stable bike at higher speeds. And over here, you know, I went to reasonably high speeds right now, and I think with the Bagger that's not the issue. It does also open up the gas tank without you taking out the key and putting it in. You can still lock it or double lock it. Same thing with the panniers. The panniers are different in this from the aesthetics point of view. This one does look better. However, from the overall usability view, GTL takes the cake. But it wouldn't hurt to have both. It'll just be too similar, and I know that how this bike is riding around town, I may just start riding this more than the GTL. Okay. And I like that they have this sounds better. And that's the main difference, that the panniers in that are different. This one comes with these lights which look cool, I gotta admit. Yeah, this is a good looking bike. Oh, straighten it up.
Yep. Side stand down. Oh, do you have the side stand down?
Oh, that's why. Okay. That's good enough, man. Jim, I really like it.
Cool.
I like it more than I thought.
Good.
All right, viewers. So now I am in a dilemma because it's a good deal. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Have a good one. Take care.